today. From CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, this is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
There are a few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect clear afternoon. Heck, you can see all the way to Mount Rainier in the distance here at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Out now comes Russell Wilson in season number 9, six-time Pro Bowler, as he gets set to lead this Seahawks offense.
Whenever you think about the Seattle Seahawks, one of the first things that pops to mind is how well they run the football and how much they like doing it. But you have to also look at how well Russell Wilson has played at the quarterback spot. Hasn't just been a game manager. Last year, over 4,100 yards passing, the second most in his career, 31 touchdown passes, and took care of the ball as well because he threw just 5 interceptions. If you need to open things up, Russell Wilson can get it done.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Oh, that was dangerous.
Wilson's pass.
Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
2nd and 10 at the 20.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now this throw caught left side, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 12 yards there and a first down.
What a great rookie campaign in 2019 for DK Metcalf, who came in with high expectations, was actually upset that he went in the second round, not the first round, but quickly proved everyone wrong who didn't take him prior. 900 yards receiving, 7 touchdowns, and looks exactly like a Seattle Seahawks receiver is supposed to look. Big, strong, physical, and catches all the contested passes downfield.
The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
He's brought down at the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, Wilson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line.
The 23-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Carrier. Tackle made.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. On third down, Wilson. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's the man who's led the NFL in rushing twice in his 4 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Got an open man, it's Michael Gallup. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Cowboys.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 5 now. Prescott, and this one quickly to Lamb. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll check in with our Jonathan Coachman. He'll have highlights and analysis of the first half, and our highlights will likely be on the defensive side of the football here. Scoreless game, and that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for, and now it's 2nd down.
The CD, taking a step back, we're 2 weeks into the season, and you already kind of get the sense that teams are beginning to separate themselves. If you look at the 2-0 teams, and remember, 62% of 2-0 teams ultimately make the playoffs. But Baltimore, Kansas City, Green Bay, Seattle, just to name a few, they look really good.
They certainly do, and in a lot of ways, those are the teams that we expected to be 2-0 at this part of the season. I mean, it's no major surprise. But how about Arizona being 2-0 as well? People talked about them getting better in the offseason. I don't know how many of us thought they'd beat San Francisco in the opener. They did. Then they jumped on Washington this week, and they are 2-0 as well.
Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we know the not good news about teams that start 0-2. The Giants and the Jets both there. Detroit, Cincinnati. So, again, maybe some more predictable names.
Certainly, they are predictable. Again, not a surprise for most of them, although many thought Detroit would be improved at this point. But how about a team that's 0-2 that went through a little bit of a difficult offseason like the rest of us, but even more so because of players being gone? How about Houston being 0-2 right now? They won the division last year. I think that's a little bit unexpected right now, even though they had a tough opening schedule with Kansas City and Baltimore.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. throwing. Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Amari Cooper, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. You got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there. Threw it behind him. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Throwing right, and that's complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. To the air again, Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
They'll throw again. Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott hooking up with Amari Cooper as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Well, the Seattle Seahawks coming back onto the field. And, Charles, the saying around the Pacific Northwest this time of year is, let Russ cook. He's been cooking to start the year, no doubt. You can buy those T-shirts out there, by the way. But the NFC Offensive Player of the Week for Week 1, and he backed that up with his 4th career 5-touchdown game in the win over New England on Sunday, 35-30. The Pats made it tough, drove down, to the 1 in the final seconds, but the defense for Seattle stood tall, stopping Cam Newton on the final play to get the victory.
Yeah, what a terrific start for the Seahawks. You know, this division, the NFC West, how do you separate? You got 3 2-0 teams in the division right now. San Francisco's 1-1. This Seattle team with Russell Wilson playing at this level. And what I found really interesting is prior to the game, he was on a national radio show, and they asked him who the best quarterback was in the NFL, and he said, me, without a doubt. And then went out and backed it up with 5 touchdown performance against a team that's perennially in the Super Bowl. So this Seattle team has a ton of optimism, and now they get Dallas coming to town. Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, what a great matchup. And then they're at Miami in Week 4. The Seattle team, keep an eye on them.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. From the gun, it's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. No gain at all on the play there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That goes in the category of a play that the defense is going to cherish and excites them. A completion, yes, you give up the pass, but no gain. I mean, that's exactly what you want on defense.
And sets up the 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Pulled in at the 24.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
First down.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The sack there by Rasheem Green. It's 2nd down. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. We were treated to a fine first half from Dak Prescott. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the 2nd half. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is Tony Pollard. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Amari Cooper and the Cowboys set to take over once again.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On first down, Elliott. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
The ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Prescott. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. A give to Elliott. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
To Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now 2nd and 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Prescott down. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll go down at the 28. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
2nd and 5 at the 23-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second and 5 now. Prescott. And that is incomplete here.
Prescott's pass.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Zerline's kick is up and through. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
Cowboys 10, Seahawks nothing.
A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up.
They're giving those short little routes. Tackled him in bounds, too. They're just not wanting to get beat over the top.
Yeah, and if you can't really get downfield, take the short routes. But now you got to have guys who can actually break tackles and increase those gains.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Carson. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. That's complete into the hands of Carson. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Now it's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From midfield now, here's Wilson.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Wilson's pass.
That catch good for only a couple. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Clock running, and the Seahawks, they're running too, trying to speed up to the line of scrimmage. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. Throwing now is Wilson, and he's got his target. That's Moore. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. That catch good for only a couple. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Second and 8. Wilson to throw. And that one incomplete as it breaks a string of 8 straight pass completions. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and it's third down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one.
And this is caught down for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. 25 seconds to go. A must recover if they're going to have any chance. And the Cowboys are going to secure the football, and with it, they'll just about secure the victory as well. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. The Cowboys on their way to victory as they take a knee. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you? You loved the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.